Hello and welcome to episode 51 of the Knit Sip Happy podcast. My name is Nancy and I'm coming to you from the east coast of Canada, just outside of Moncton, New Brunswick. Hello, how are you? We are in a different spot today. If you watch Vlogmas, sometimes I'm sitting here chatting. I am home alone. Brad has gone to work to fix some machinery that broke down yesterday at the store. Today is Sunday, June 1st. But I thought I would come out and enjoy some of the natural light from the big window in my living room because I've been messing around with light and settings and I've got a new setup today, so we'll see how this all goes. I have done a couple of tests already and a few false starts, so hopefully this is it. We're in for the long haul. So I will have a screen up there where everywhere you can find me on the internet. I am Knit Sip Happy. Instagram, Ravelry, Facebook, email will all be linked there. And you can always contact me in any of those ways or in the messages down below. I will also have all of my Ravelry project pages and people that I talk about linked below as well. Is that everything I'm supposed to say? I should check my notes. So as I said, it's Sunday, June 1st. May is over. It was a month weather-wise. Today is weather report, cloudy, bit sunny, very windy. So hopefully the noise is okay. I'm watching the trees wave away outside the window. Let's do the first things I always do. What I'm drinking, I'm being optimistic and drinking a lovely rosé. I'm not sure if it's going to be rosé weather today, but I'm going to give it a go. And my coastal hint of summer. So I just looked at my Ravelry page. I never took FO pictures for this. So I will insert, I'm not going to stand up because of my positioning today with crammed in beside my lovely Monstera. I'm going to put some pictures in up here for you, showing off my hint of summer that I knit in Holst Coast. Finished it last summer and I don't think I wore it. It's 3/4 sleeves. This is the perfect kind of weather to be wearing this. It's lightweight, but still a little bit warm. So I thought today was a good way to break this out for the season. So as I said, I will have inserted some pictures and I will put those on Ravelry to update that project page. That's shameful. Like I said, I went and looked for pictures to be able to insert here and I don't have any. There will be some vlog footage at the end of this video from Knit City, Montreal. I pondered doing a separate video, but decided I didn't really have enough footage. So if you're interested at the end, there will be some scenes from Montreal. All right, so last episode was episode 50. And I completely forgot to recognize that. A few of you did in the comments, and thank you very much. But I thought we should do a giftaway. And I didn't bring the yarns to show you. Hold, please. So this is a bit of a part of this is recycled. Part of it's from Montreal. So last year I had picked up some goodies through various things and I had done 2 giftaways and only one person got in touch with me. I redrew it and nobody got in touch with me again. So I just kind of hibernated it. So I got this fantastic pine and pearl bag. This yarn is making me awesome. A pouch full of notions from my friend Leanne. And I grabbed for you I can't decide. I'm having, so let me show you what the options are here. I got 2 skeins from Ginger Snap. I'm hoping the colors are coming out. This is Sakura Fubuki. I think it's a blossom, a peach blossom, a blossom off a tree inspired. So both of these yarns are from Ginger Snap from Alberta in Canada. This is Alpine Glacier and my heart tells me I want this one. So yes, forget I showed you that one. That one's going to be in stash. This is the one going into for the prize. Beautiful soft pinks and hits of yellow and then the bright pink speckles. So if you would like a chance to win a prize pack for me to celebrate episode 50 of this shenanigans, slightly unorganized mess sometimes, fun chat with my friends. Leave a comment below and just use June. Just say the word June anywhere. It doesn't have to be creative. You can get creative, but June. I will put it on the screen as well. This will end the next on my podcast, which will be June 22nd. So this will close at 8 a.m. Atlantic Summer Time on June 22nd. I will pull a winner and I will announce it next time I record. Good luck, everybody, and thank you for being here and spending time with me. The admin part of a giftaway. Don't give out your information to anybody. I will only announce the winner on the next episode, on episode 52 in June. If anybody tries to get your information, report it as spam and ignore them. I'd also ask you be a subscriber and you like the video, as well as leaving June in your comment. All right. Links. Oh, I forgot to mention chapters. There will also be chapters below as well as the links. So if there's any sections of the podcast that you want to skip past, feel free to do so. So today we're going to start off with FOs. I've got whips. We've got a little bit of spinning, some design chat, a new cast on that's coming, and then quite a bit of chat, acquisitions, and then the vlog footage from Montreal. Hopefully this isn't epically long, so we'll see how we go. All right. I've got everything set up kind of beside me on the right, so I'm going to have to reach a little bit for some of it. I may have to do a quick reset, but first, big whip. I finished my Pebble Beach shawl. I was working, I think I'd done 6 or 7 of the Pico bind-offs last time I was here, and I was like, but I just powered through it one day and got it done, and I'm gonna put a little bit of footage in right here over my face while I'm talking. I blocked it on the wash line. I pulled out my blocking wires and my mats and my pins, and I was going to pin block it so all of the picos would be nice and perky and standing out. And I got about 4 pins in and said, no, not doing this. So I pinned it up on the wash line. As you will have seen, it fluttered and blew, and it opened up beautifully. The eyelets, this isn't pinned at all. This is just gravity. And I am so pleased with this. Still have my ends to cut. I always weave in my ends before I block, but I don't trim them until afterwards. So this is to partner with my blue, my navy blue Pebble Beach that I wear so much. The majority of the time I will wear it like this, just around my neck, but it's a beautiful layering piece just to have over my shoulders as well. These are great projects. You know, it's lace weight, so it's super light and squidgy. It will crumple up into a teeny tiny little thing to pack, to take away for trips. And it's just a nice layering piece on a cool day around my neck or around my shoulders if I need an extra layer. So very pleased with this, and to have it finished. It's probably one of it is my longest standing whip that became an FO, but I'm incredibly pleased with this. I weighed this. I had 9 grams left. So I might have been able to squeak out another eyelet repeat, but I didn't want to risk running out. It's still got my lovely project bag from my friend Donna, MOQ Bags, who will be at the Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival in Shediac on June 15th. We'll talk more about that later. I did this on a 4mm Chagu. It is Chagu for sure. I'm just trying to see the number with my progressives and the light. I had it and now it's gone. Yeah, 4mm. It's all on my project page. I apologize if I'm looking away from the camera. I'm trying a different setup today using the better camera on the front of the phone, and I have a new screen that's attached to beside the camera. So if I'm looking slightly away from you, I apologize. I'm still getting used to this new way of doing it. But theoretically, the quality is better on the rear-facing camera or the front-facing camera. I've got 3 cameras on the front of my phone, and on the back I only have one little one. So the quality, I'm hoping, and the color and the blurring and the blowing out, I'm hoping is better on this setup. So we'll see how we go. All right, finished object number 1. I hate to do it, but she's going on the floor. Finished object number 2, I had showed you in progress last time. I was knitting this up as a sample for Deborah from Yarn Indulgences. This is the Water Song Scarf. And I knit this holding 2 strands of her luxury alpaca cashmere silk base. This was incredibly popular at Knit City Montreal. This yarn, you have to touch it. When you're just looking at it on a screen, it's like, oh, well, that's nice. As soon as you touch it, it's just amazing. So this clever little scarf that's designed by my friend Deborah, Yarn Indulgences, I'm just going to turn this plant a little bit so we're less intrusive into my space. It's got these little increases and decreases to give it a little fun shape. So the largest bit goes around the front of your neck, and then you just spin it around, and then you've got these 2 little narrow bits and tails. I like to have that slip stitch detail in the front, and then you just kind of give it a little tie, adjust so you've got your slip stitches showing. And it's just a fun little accessory that sits super nicely, doesn't move, and I'm very much looking forward to having this in rotation in the winter. Right now it's going back to Deborah to use as a sample through other yarn shows in the summer. I don't need it this time of year, but I will be very happy to have this back in the fall and winter to wear inside the neck of my winter coat. And it's just so nice. There is 0 prickle factor on this yarn. So yeah, that is finished object number 2. It has been to Montreal and back. Finished object number 3 is a pair of socks I was working on. When I was getting ready to go to Montreal, when I was here last time talking to you, I wasn't sure what I was going to take for knitting and what I was going to pack, whether I was going to take existing projects to try and finish. So I did decide, this is socks for my son, Zach. I did decide to take this pair of socks with me. So there is 2, I'm just gonna put one down. I used Petty Harbor, which is a pattern, a free pattern on Ravelry. I will have it linked below. It's just a combination of knits and purls that gives a really nice texture. I used a fun pop of yellow for the heel. And I knit this on driving day. On Thursday we drove, it was a long driving day. So I knit these, and I think I did. I finished this sock on the drive, the second sock. I already had one done. So the first one was done. Second one was knit on the way to Montreal. Happy to have another pair of big man socks, 72 stitch, size 10 men's man socks, off the needles and into the Christmas pile. So the contrast color was just a Regia 4-ply. I think I got this from a D-stash. It's a pretty bold yellow. So I haven't used a lot of it. Sometimes I use it for samples when I'm whipping up for designs and stuff. And the other one that I used is, this is all that's left, is the James C. Brett Funny Feets. And it's colorway FZB24. All right, that is it for my FOs. So I do have another FO, but I'm going to show you that in design chat. I had a mad idea and it's in progress. Let's talk about whips. Let's do something we've seen before. In my lovely Creative Knitter project bag. Just gonna drink. my dune grass socks. The downside of being out here is I don't have a sock blocker. I finished the first one, so it looks like a scrumply mess. This is using Ginger Snap Yarns Bee Balm colorway and a Drops Fable in the apple green. So this is one of my patterns. It is toe up with this fun tuck stitch texture, knit purl tuck stitch texture running up the front of the sock. And I did not take this one with me to Montreal, but I have cast on and started the second sock. So this one is just in the background percolating. I don't know if these are gift socks or if they're for me. They fit me. So yeah, I'm not sure. So maybe no, I won't have these done next time. I've got a really busy next 2 weeks coming up, or even 3 weeks are quite busy. Lovely Amanda, who works with me, is on vacation to see her daughter graduate. They're going away to see her college graduation. So I will be working full-time hours at the store instead of my usual lovely schedule of part-time hours at the store and part-time knitting job, YouTube patterns, whatever. Anyway, so, and then we've got the yarn show, Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival happening as well. And I'm going to keep mentioning that, and I apologize. I'll give you more details as we go along. So no, those will not get finished. Those probably not get finished until July, I would wager. Okay, let's have something new. I talked about this last time, that I was going to be shopping for yarn in Montreal to knit a test knit for Samantha Guerin. Has a new tank top coming out, a new summer tank called Summer Sessions tank. And I'm knitting this for my daughter, Samantha. I am not a fan of sleeveless for me. That's a me decision. But I really wanted to knit the pattern. And I was shopping for silken linen from Deborah at Yarn Indulgences. I've picked up 2 skeins of the silken linen sport weight yarn in the color Cloud Veil. I have to say, other than me looking in the wrong place, I'm quite happy with what I'm seeing on my little screen. No blowouts and everything's clear. Yippee. All right. So I've made very good progress on this. So it's a top-down construction. Start at the back, knit to a certain amount, start the fronts, join in the middle, working in the round. I am almost done with the body. I had a little consult with Sam the other night as far as length from underarm down, what she wanted. So I'm shooting for, I think 11 1/4, around 11 1/4 inches from the underarm. And then the ribbing on the bottom, and then picking up the neckband and the arms. My goal is to have this ready for Sunday, June 15th, for Sam to wear it at the Atlantic Yarn Fibre Festival. So the lace texture section down the front, oh, where am I? There we go, is beautiful. This yarn is working out amazingly. I'm knitting this on my Knit Pro Zings. They are a blunt sharp, if you know what I mean. They don't split yarns. I find if I use my Haya sharps on yarns like this, they're so sharp they can just go right through the yarn. I am with split stitches. So I am helical knitting this from 2 cakes. Once I joined in the round, I started helical knitting because it's hand dyed, and just to blend in any color variations so it doesn't pool or stripe weirdly, and it looks pretty good. I've got some fun speckles, some fun dark navy kind of speckly pops happening as well. So yeah, I am making great progress with this. The deadline for the test isn't until the end of June, but Sam would like to wear it. I'd like to get it to her as soon as I can so that she can enjoy it for the summer. And when she's here, we can do a little photo shoot and take the finished project pictures that I can use to finish my test knit and make sure that's submitted to Samantha. Garen, the designer, not my Samantha. So loving this. It's being housed in my Mishnah tartan bag, Harris tweed bag that I got at Knit City Montreal in 2023. It doesn't seem like Mishnah is operating anymore. I haven't seen anything online from her in quite a while. So this is a precious bag because it doesn't look like I'll be able to get another one. Okay. May as well carry on the garment train, garments for Samantha. I showed you this last time. I took this with me to Montreal because I got it into, I can't remember if it was in the round when I talked to you last time. Anyway, let's start from the beginning. This is the Emily Tee by Petite Knits. And I've made great headway with this. What I'm seeing is it's a little grayer. Someone made fun of me last time for it's a greeny, duck egg, bluey gray, bluey greeny gray. It's what it is. I'm knitting this in Tinlina. It's from Sadness Garn in 2 colors. The main color is, that's the main color. And then I just had some leftover cream, which is, that's the color there. So Emily is a stripy tee, but I have changed the stripe combination. I'm using 2 colors. I'm doing 10 rounds of the main color and 2 rounds of the contrast color. So again, I can't remember if I had separated for this for the sleeves or I did that. Oh no, I have a memory now. Did I do this in Montreal? I may have separated in Montreal because it's on waste yarn and not, it's on sock waste yarn, Zach socks, and not try-on cords because I thought I had taken them with me and I hadn't. I'd also forgotten some medication here, which was fun on my first night when I got there, and I'm ripping my luggage and all my stuff apart trying to find my pills, and I didn't have them. Anyway, really nice tee. This is a slower knit. I'm knitting this on 2.75 millimeter needles to get the recommended stitch gauge of 28 stitches over 4 inches. So it's almost sock gauge, this t-shirt, but it is making lovely fabric. So this will be worked to the same length as the Summer Sessions tank. So I'm probably looking at, I need to do, I think 11.5 to 12 inches and then the ribbing on the bottom. Sam would like to be able to tuck these or have them out depending on. So I switched to Chow needles. I was working on Haya Sharps and reference my earlier comment about splitting the yarn. This yarn is loosely plied and very splitty. I have gone back quite a few times and had to drop 10 or 11 rows just to pick up little loose strands that I've missed. So this is great, just round and round, not thinking about knitting. We were out for dinner with friends last night and I took this with me because I knew I could knit it no matter what the lighting conditions were and what the conversation was. And I think I got a couple of inches done. I know I did 2 different cream stripes. So yeah, I got at least 2 inches done, which is great. This one isn't in the fast lane. I want to get the Summer Session tank done, and I've got some other knitting that's a little more time sensitive, shall we say, that's coming. So that is Emily. I'm really enjoying it. I would knit it for me. I would add some A-line shaping, of course, but we'll see how Sam likes it and how the fit is for her. All right, and then 2 new sock cast-ons. This bag is by lovely Chris, who is Chestnut Fibers, is a Nova Scotia maker in Atlantic Canada. Love her drawstring bags. They are just perfect. I don't know if they're interfaced at all. or lightly, but they're just the perfect scrumple up and throw into your purse kind of knitting bag. So this was the second project that I took to Montreal. So I finished off Zach's socks, I took the t-shirt, and then I took 2 sock quantities of yarn for gift socks. So I pulled some Felici out of my stash. Felici is a limited release that Knit Picks does. This is called Friendly Skies. They are 50-gram balls. I had 2 of them. Actually, I'll show you this. This is the part 1 from the first sock. So we've got 2 different shades of dark blue, yellow, orange, and then the dove gray kind of color. So that's what's left from the first sock. I am knitting, these are a 56 stitch sock, gift sock for a friend who loves navy and orange. So again, I didn't bring any sock blockers out. So this is the back. So just showing you the striping. And what I decided to do was my Bouctouche Boardwalk sock pattern. So it has a slip stitch kind of detail running down the front, a column with purl stitches on either side. And then it has purl bump rows. It's to mimic the boardwalk in Bouctouche, which is about 40 minutes away from where I live on the shore. I can see Prince Edward Island from there. It's just a beautiful spot. I may or may not have put in a picture, the inspiration for me. This is my second sock design. It also has a separate PDF on how to do like a self-striping hack. So normally for Bouctouche Boardwalk, you would do so many rows and then you would do the purl bump. What I'm doing here is I'm doing a full round of the color change and then doing the purl bump. So I'm getting that texture without the change in the purl bump color. You could do it the other way if you want to have that change. You can see the purl bump change color. You can do that as well, but that is a separate PDF to this pattern. But it was easy for me to knit in company. I could read my knitting quite easily if I got distracted. So I used Contrast Dove Heather, also from Knit Picks, which is a pretty good match for this gray stripe. So it's knit top down, heel flap and gusset, 56 stitches, so it looks like it's very, very skinny. And I have the second one on the needles. Just finished the heel flap and I'm working on the gusset decreases. This one I had to cake up because the balls were wound in different directions, and in order to get the stripes to match, I had to cake this one up because I had to figure out where I was, and then I had to wind off a whole bunch of yarn to get the stripes to match. So I wound this off after I caked it, and I'm pulling from the outside because it was a bugger to wind up for some reason. Anyway, this will be another pair of gift socks for Christmas. Chugging along. And the last whip that I have to show you is another gift sock that I had taken with me to Montreal, and I ended up not casting it on. I worked a lot more on the Amelie tee than I thought I was going to. The drive home from Montreal, it's about, I think we're in the car about 10 and a half hours. 10 and a half hours. I knit at the Amelie tee all the way because it was just the perfect brainless after being super social and chatty all weekend. Well, I'll talk more about it later. I just needed something very simple. So this sock set ended up coming back home the way it left. In balls. Okay. So I grabbed, again, I have a fair bit of deep stash Knit Picks yarn. So I had 2 colors of the Stroll Tweed. Well, I have more than 2 colors, but these are the 2 that I grabbed. So this is going to be the main color of the sock. I've knit Brad a hat in this, so I had a full skein and a part and a part skein. This is the Lost Lake Heather color. And I've used this for heels, toes, and cuffs for a pair of socks for Rob already. This is Indigo Heather. And I wasn't sure they were contrasty enough, but after knitting a little bit, I think Brad helped me and he said, yes, they were contrasty enough, especially for a guy. So I am in a tangle. Knitting these on my ChiaoGoo mini twists. My favorite sock needles are either the ChiaoGoo 9-inch, the ChiaoGoo mini twist with the very flexible cable, or I also love the Haya steel interchangeable. No, not interchangeable, fixed. These are interchangeable. The Hayas are fixed. So I'm kind of messing around. I wanted to do something stripy. So I'm toe up again. I'm in a toe up kind of vibe, primarily because I'm limited on yarn. I know I only have, I think I weighed it, it's in my Ravelry project page, under 70 grams, 69, 67 grams, I think, of the main color. Rob has small-ish feet. I think I'm cast on a 68 stitch sock for this one. I usually do 64 or 68 depending on the pattern. So I've cast on toe up, 68 stitches, and this is the foot, bottom of the foot that I'm striping. And then the front, I'm doing kind of a slip stitch stripy kind of thing. And I know this probably exists out there, but I've never done anything like this. This isn't going to be a design. I'm just playing for me. Thought it was a fun way to incorporate a second color and use more of it to make sure I don't run out of the main color so that I know I have enough yarn. So these are in progress. The nice thing about creating my own self-striping versus using a self-striping, I'm going to do my toe-up method, which is a gusset with a heel turn and flap. And if you do that with the self-striping, your stripes get thinner as you run up the sock. These stripes will be able to stay because I know how many rounds, 5 I think, I'm carrying both yarns up the inside of the sock. I'm not cutting and weaving in. So 5 rounds of the main color, 2 rounds of the contrast color. And I'm just kind of playing around with this. And on camera, it does actually look really nice. The contrast looks good. So these will be Rob's Christmas socks. I will have to send them with him. I don't know if we'll send a care package. He is getting deployed to Latvia again in November. Wah wah. So whether this goes with him in November or we put together a care package and send it over for him for Christmas. But again, no rush on these, but this was the yarn that I already had pulled out of my stash. So when I was looking for something, I just needed I just wanted the gratification of a quick cast on. And this was already bagged up and organized and ready to go. So I just had to figure out what I wanted to do with it. So hang on one second. Let me get organized here. Okay, that's it for whips. Let's do dream knitting. I'm just gonna have to reach over, pull some stuff towards me. Okay, so this is being housed. I know I just used this bag, but it's nice and big and I need it for this project. This is my Needlecrafts. They are based out of Ontario with these cute felted sheep on them. Love this bag. Great size. So this yarn is still in skein form. My treat for myself today is I get to cake these up and cast on. So my friend Deborah at Yarn Indulgences has a new DK base. It is called Luxe Lin DK. It is 80% non-superwash merino wool and 20% linen. So this will be coming with Deborah to the Yarn Festival in Shediac, Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival. I'm just going to make a comment. There's nothing much on Deborah's website right now because we came back from Montreal and she didn't have a lot of stock left anyway because it was a busy weekend. And she's been dying like crazy for another Yarn Festival coming up in 2 weeks. So I would say late June, there will probably be things in her shop and I will let you know when things are updated in her shop. But right now she's playing with some new bases and dyeing and coming up with a color range that will be repeatable. And this is one of them. So I was intrigued to knit with this. with the linen content in there. Now this isn't going to be a summer weight yarn with the linen. It just gives it a different kind of feel. So I have 3 skeins, and I'm going to be knitting the Odyssey shawl by Joji Locatelli. It's a free pattern. It was inspired by a trip to Canada, so it felt like an appropriate booth sample to do for Deborah's booth. So she dropped these off to me yesterday, and I think this is the color order we've decided we're going with. So I've got 3 colors. How are they showing? Oh, we're doing pretty good. Okay, so this blue is going to be where I start, the pink will be the middle section, and the gray will be the border. So this will be hanging on Deborah's booth if you see her at festivals over the next few months. Yeah, so I've never knit the Odyssey shawl. It'll be a new pattern for me. Can't wait to play with this. So I don't know if you can see, the linen has a bit of a resistance to the dye, so it's giving it a fun texture and color. So, and it's very nice. Like I said, it's non-superwash merino, but it's definitely next to skin. I would and will knit a garment in this for sure. For sure. So after I have edited today and got this podcast exporting, this is the treat to me. I'm going to wind these up and have a new cast on. Yay! And it's a shawl. I love knitting shawls, I just don't wear them. So this is the best way to do it. I get to knit it and give it away as a sample for Deborah to use. All right. That's my only dream knitting right now, other than all of the Sam garment knits that I showed you on the last episode. Those are still in the basket waiting for me to finish. Once I finish the summer sessions, I'll focus on Emily and get those to her, and then we'll see where I'm at for the weather, whether it's another tank top or whether I move on to the salty days, which I'm really keen to get started on. I should have put those back in the project bag. I'm not going to do that now. I just threw them on the floor over there. So let's go into a little bit of spinning, and then we'll do a bit of design chat. So last time I was here, I showed you that I was spinning Fibre from Sweet Georgia. It was on their Panda base, which was a bamboo silk. I can't remember if it had wool in it as well, but I have finished spinning the singles, and yeah, the color's really good there. And I just need to find some time to sit and ply this. So maybe this week we'll see how things go, but spinning right now is a little bit slower for me just because I have some time frame knits that have to happen. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this works up when it's plied. I definitely got better spinning it as I went. Remember I was telling you last time it was a real challenge to spin because it's quite slippery, but I did really well keeping that single a little more consistent and fine as I went along without it running away from me because it's quite slick with the bamboo and the silk. So yeah, waiting for me to have some time. So that's it for spinning. Tour de Fleece happens in July. I've got to make some plans for that. I'm itching to start a new spin, but that won't happen until after June 15th. Just isn't, I'm not going to have time. So the other thing, the thing that's been taking up most of my time since I got back from Montreal. No. I came up with this mad idea not long before we left for Montreal about having a design come out for Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival in Shediac on June 15th. I wanted to do, I was just feeling inspired to cast on a new pattern. I had a name in mind. I had kind of a theme in mind. So I knit up a pair. This is not the sample yarn. This is just yarn I had in my stash. So this is a finished pair. They are toe up, contrast toe, main color, contrast heel turn flap, a little leg, contrast ribbing, and a fun ruffled bind off, which is something that is a lot easier to do when you're doing it toe up. So this is a finished object. They are mine. The color on the screen right now for me is blowing out crazy. It's not quite that hot pink. This is part of a collaboration I did with Creative Knitter last year for Knit City Toronto. And she's not dyeing yarn right now, but I had them and I thought they'd be fun for me to see if this worked out. So let me show you the actual yarn that I'm using. I wanted to work with another maritime yarn dyer that I hadn't worked with before. No, that I hadn't collaborated with before. I have worked a lot with Lichen and Lace yarn over the years. Lichen and Lace is based in Sackville, about a half an hour, 40 minutes from where I live. Sorry, I'm looking at the screen. I need to be looking at you. My apologies. It's like we're going back to day one. And I just saw Brad drive by, so I may have to pause because when he pulls in, my Bluetooth kicks in and I lose volume. I'll keep going for now, but when he pulls in, I will stop and we will start again. Okay. So I got this yarn from Megan. It was shipped to me. It was at my house before Knit City Montreal. I wanted to work with Sweet Pea because I love Sweet Pea. It's my daughter's nickname. Samantha's nickname is Sweet Pea. And then I asked Megan what would be a good contrast color, and she recommended, she recommended Bouquet. And she was spot on. It's amazing. So I have one in progress and I have one finished, kind of. I've been messing around with the cuff. So let me show you that one first and explain what's going on here. So toe up using Bouquet and then into the gorgeous Sweet Pea. Let me just show you the pattern on the front. So we've got some fun 1/1 right cross, left cross cables, lace, and then repeated. It's a 4-round repeat. Every second round is plain knitting. It's just a joy to knit. I've knit and reknit because I've been playing around with yarn quantities and ideas, and it's gone to testers. You may start seeing them online. Sophie from Cozy Meadow Knits is test knitting a pair, and she will be showing a pair on her latest episode. I'm messing around with the cuff on this one, so this isn't how it's going to be. It's going to be like this with the contrast rib. I was just messing around with yarn quantities. So I did a stripe and then the main color and then the bind off in the contrast. But what it's actually going to look like is ribbing in the contrast, bind off in the main color. So I have to rip this back. But I had ripped and reknit this about 3 times and I was fed up. So I just cast on the second sock. So toe up socks, you either love them or hate them, seems to be the way. Lovely Leanne from the Nitty Stew has been a big proponent of my toe up pattern with a gusset heel flap, heel turn, and German short row heel flap, because the fit is amazing. You can see the gusset right here, and then her heel turn and flap. There is a formula in the pattern that tells you, based on your row gauge and your stitch count, how far you need to knit. It works every single time. Please try it. Do the formula. If you're a heel flap and gusset fan, try this pattern once. Either my Dune Grass, my Wintry Woods, or this new one coming out. I didn't tell you. This is called the Frosé Shorties. I love a good frosé. So frosé is a cocktail / drink that I like to make in the summer using rosé wine. I will blitz it with some frozen strawberries, and sometimes add a little bit of sparkling water, and sometimes add some strawberries as garnish. You can get as fancy as you like. I'm including my favorite recipe for frosé in the pattern. But yeah, as you can tell right now, I'm big into toe up. I'm really enjoying the construction and the fit of these. And don't be afraid of toe up. You don't have to do a short row heel. You don't have to do an afterthought heel. By the same token, if those heels are your favorites, feel free to get rid of the gusset and the heel flap and go ahead and do your favorite short row or afterthought heel with this sock. You know your construction that you like and the fit that you like, they're your socks. Knit them the way you like. If you wanted to knit this pattern cuff down when it comes out, you certainly can, but you won't get the ruffle. You'll just have to start off in ribbing and then start following the pattern, and then this will be inverted. It will look like this instead if you're doing it cuff down, but there's no reason why you can't make that work. All right. So these are going to come out. I think I'm going to launch them on Saturday, June 14th. So they're ready for the show June 15th. Megan Lichen and Lace is going to be a vendor at Atlantic Yarn Fibre Festival in Shediac in June, which is why I chose her to collaborate with on this. So she will have a sample of this sock at her booth. And I'm nailing down the details on the fundraiser for this one. Pretty sure I know what I'm going to do. I will let you know. I'm not due to podcast again until June 22nd, but I may pop on and just have a little short video and tell you that the pattern is out and what I'm doing and all of that good stuff. So just to let you know, Brad is now in the house and he's in the kitchen, so you may hear some ambient noise, and that's fine. Carry on. Are you making your breakfast? Yeah, he's gonna make his breakfast. He's late, or brunch, I guess. As I said, he's been at the store working this morning because we had a bit of a mechanical breakdown yesterday. What else do I need to tell you about this? Progress keeper I pulled out for this one is my Battenberg cake, which is from Chapelview Crafts out of the UK. I have just started doing the short rows for the heel turn on the back. This is the first time I'm doing contrast heel flap, and I'm really loving the way it looks. Now, there are a couple extra ends to weave in, I will warn you, but it's totally worth it because the look is amazing. Okay. So note to self, I'll be back on June 13th or 14th and show you the finished pair and talk to you about the release and the charity if you're interested in that. Where am I? Okay, so that's the end of the knitting content proper. Now we're going to go into some chat. I have some acquisitions, I have some gifts, and I will have footage from Montreal, Knit City, Montreal, to put on the end. Depending how long it is, I may put some of it over me talking. I don't know. We'll see how editing Nancy feels. So before I get into Knit City, Montreal, I'm just a couple other little things, and that way if you're not interested in the Knit City Montreal chat or yarn haul or footage, you can head on your way. So I have a coupon code from Emily at Turtle Pearl. We've got 15% off for the month of June with the coupon code here. It's KSHJUN25. It'll be on the screen, and I'll have it linked below with her website. Thank you so much to Emily for that coupon code, and I hope you have fun shopping. I saw her update yesterday, Saturday, May 31st, was a lot of DK yarn. I have a skein of her DK self-striping I haven't used yet. We are hosting Sophie, Cozy Meadow Knits, Deborah Yarn Indulgences, Manal La Violette Knits, and I have created a group called Atlantic Yarn and Fibre, and we are holding our first festival on Sunday, June 15th, Shediac at the Community Center / Multipurpose Center. I'll have the website linked below. It is running on Sunday, Father's Day, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Give your dad the gift of going and having fun yourself. We've got, I believe, 28 vendors There's a full list on our website if you sign up to our Instagram or Facebook. There are lots of posts there with vendor profiles showing what they do and who they are. We are very excited for our first event like this. We have run the Winter Gathering in Sussex, just a hangout for the weekend and knit together kind of event. But this will be our first yarn show. So Sunday, June 15th, Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival. If you are in the area, come visit the beach, have a stroll in beautiful Shediac, and come check out the Yarn Festival. Okay, let's get on to Knit City Montreal. It was a great event. It was very busy. The drive went okay. It was long, but we grabbed some sandwiches and just fell into our hotel beds and knit through the evening. Deborah and I, the first night. Friday was set up. Our friend Manon La Violette Knits was in town visiting family, and she came to help us in the booth for setup, which was such a huge help. To have a third person was amazing. We went out to dinner that night with friends, and then sat and knit for a while with lots of other knitters. I don't want to name everybody because I'll forget somebody, but it was so much fun to connect with knitters from other parts of Canada, or there were knitters from the US. I know there were, there were knitters from everywhere who came to the event. So it was great. Huge turnout. Saturday at the marketplace was incredibly busy. We had our group knit. We all wore our layas on Saturday, which was a lot of fun. I'll put in a picture here of us all together wearing our layas. It was definitely do that group project again. It was a lot of fun. We're actually already planning our Prince Edward Island PEI Fibre Fest knit is going to be the Miss Arena. If you watch Sophie, she's already working on hers. I'm not going to be doing that for a while yet, but Miss Arena tea will be coming late summer for me. Saturday was busy. I took a little bit of footage Saturday morning, but then I had to get back to the booth because it was getting too busy. I took a little bit more on Sunday, but I didn't get around the whole marketplace. I shopped on Sunday. Again, no time to shop on Saturday. It was just too busy. Sunday was also quite busy, but I was able to sneak away and have a little peruse around the marketplace. So Knit City, I launched my Mountain's Edge sock pattern. This was a collaboration with Kim and Colin from Ginger Snap. It is the second color in their Alpine Fade set. The third color, I'm sorry, it's the middle color in the 5-set Fade with these beautiful cables and ribbing. Very fun to knit. Kim and Colin from Ginger Snap have a pre-order open on their website now for all of the collections that launched at Knit City Montreal, including this one. They are on their way back to Alberta now. They've had a pretty awful week, so they've opened up their pre-orders. And if you were at all interested, go check out their website. I'll have them linked below. Kim very kindly gifted me one of the Alpine Fade project bags I'd been lusting over. I was going to buy one, and then she walked over and gifted one to me, which was so very kind of her. So zip top, nice neutral inside so you can see what's in there, and this sexy cork base. Love it. And the fabric is just beautiful. Thank you, Kim, for that gift, and Colin. I appreciate it. Then I went in onto the booth on Saturday. All my shopping happened on Saturday because I didn't have time to do anything on Sunday. I picked up that pink Sakura Blossom color for you guys, and then the Alpine Glacier is for me because it's my colors. It's my colors. So this will be a pair of socks in the future. I don't know when, but I'm going to tuck it in my stash to percolate and think about it. Leo and Roxy was in the same aisle from us, just a little further down. I picked up some fiber from them. This is Merino, and the colorway is Lucky Charms. Leo and Roxy, Jolynn is going to be joining us at the Atlantic Yarn and Fibre Festival. We were very happy to have her join us for this event. So some fun, crazy colored fiber to spin. I can't wait. I shopped with Deborah at Yarn Indulgences I had showed you this Drops Fable last time that I wanted to knit Sam the maple vest It's one of the yarns I showed you last time. I found some of Deborah's Surrey silk fluff to pair with it, and I think it's going to be perfect. So this won't be knit until the fall, but I had to grab this because I think it's fabulous. I went to Alley Cat Yarns because Selma from Little Big Knits was working there and I wanted to say hello. I also wanted to try out this Ontario sock. So Alley Cat Yarns, I believe they're based out of Ottawa, but they're in Ontario. So this is 100% Ontario yarn. It's 75% Dorset, 25% mohair in this pretty Kelly green. So I have that to play with, and then Super Sock, which is 80% superwash merino and 20% recycled nylon. Beautiful wall of minis. So I've got this gorgeous pale green with darker green speckles, yellow, browns with this matching mini. I just love that combination. So that had to come home with me. I went to Rose Hill Yarns. I was looking for some DK sock yarn, and this is a DK weight sock set with a mini skein. It's their April color club. It's called April Sunday Spin, but I loved that acid green notes in the main skein. So I'm hoping this will be a design in the fall for you guys. We'll see how we go. What else did I get? What else? Oh, Kelly and Noelle from Knit Chat Cafe, Knits and Pieces, gifted a set of their cards. Oh, hang on a second, I got all the envelopes. I believe it's Noelle's daughter who does all the graphics for this. I love my Vertices Unite. So this was a lovely gift from the ladies at the Knit Chat Cafe. I bought some cards from Catherine Pelletier. Yes. I love her cards. So I picked up some of her knit themed cards. I got 2 of these because I thought he was just too cute in his little red hat. So these are in my stash for when I need to send out some cards. Your Next Knit. They are an online yarn shop out west. I can't remember where. Is it British Columbia or Alberta? They had brought with them Gebhardt yarns, which I have never seen before. They had a beautiful linen, which I was very tempted by. Selma from Little Big Knits picked up a sweater quantity, but my friend Rochelle had grabbed a sweater quantity of this. And this is Wild and Soft. It's 40% wild tussa silk and 60% merino. They're 50 grams each. I got 4 balls of this that I thought I could do something with in the future. I just wanted to try out the base. As I said, it was new to me. I wanted to try it out. Okay, we're getting to the bottom of this bin. Also at Your Next Knit, I picked up some new soak in my favorite yuzu scent flavor. I got a couple of lovely gifts. Vicky brought me her favorite hand cream and a nice little gift bag. Thank you very much. Never too much hand cream. That'll be going in a project bag. Elaine gifted me this beautiful, it's a Christmas ornament, but I'm going to hang him on one of my plants because he's too cute to be put away. It's a cut piece of wood painted, and it's an artist in Nova Scotia. That, and then lovely Wendy. This is my tag that I wore all weekend. Wendy gifted me this wine yarn pin, and I was touched that she wanted to give me that. I put it on my tag right away so I wouldn't lose it. And I think that's everything in my basket. The only thing I didn't show you was my knitting that I did in the booth. This is over 2 days. I always like to have something in Deborah's yarn. So this is her bamboo sock base. I knit a sample for Wintry Woods in this colorway. And I just needed a vanilla sock on a 9-inch circular. That's all I knit in 2 days. So that tells you how busy it was. All right. I feel like I rattled through that last bit with the acquisitions, but I'm going to put some footage in here at the end. And yeah, I will see you. Like I said, I'll pop in quickly on June 13th or 14th for a quick little chat to let you know that the Frosé Shorties are available, and I'll be able to show you the actual finished socks without any edits or changes that have to be made to them. I hope to see some of you at Atlantic Yarn and Fibre in Shediac in a couple of weeks. It's 2 weeks today. Ah! No, it's all good. We had a meeting last week. We are ready to go. And I'll be back for a full episode, my next full episode on June 22nd. Don't forget the giftaway. Just use the word June in your comment any way you like, and I will enter you. We'll do a random comment picker draw on June 22nd. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. It feels like I've had a stream of consciousness the whole time I've been talking. I always wonder when I finish, it feels like a blur, and I watch back in editing and I have zero recollection of some of the things that I say. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Happy knitting, my friends. Happy sipping, and I will see you very soon. Good morning and welcome to Sunday, May 18th, second day of Knit City, Montreal. I haven't actually spoken to you on the camera. It was a really busy day the last couple of days setting up, and then Saturday in the booth yesterday and meeting lots of lovely people. So this morning I'm just kind of wandering around and just giving you a quick overview of some of the booths. I'm not doing too much close up, but I'll give you a little sneak peek as what things are looking like before we get started this Sunday morning.